when my headphones come off and my helmet comes on, I am literally out to like go to war, basically.
Everybody then expects it, don't they?
Yeah.
Like, you're going into the Olympics as a world champion. Surely you have to win it.
After winning Worlds, it was actually, I didn't want to ride a bike again. Shemai Manon.
Shemai Emma, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very good.
Good.
Welcome back to another episode of Watts Occurring Femmes, brought to you by Rouvy, hosted by Pinarello.
What are we actually going to talk about today?
Well, Emma, we're going to talk all about you today. We're going to talk about your road to Paris and your ambitions in LA.
How exciting. I hope the listeners enjoy.
I can't wait to get into it.
Same.
Let's do it. I thought we should start right at the very start of your cycling journey. Take us back to maybe your first memory of a bike.
First memory of a bike. I remember my bike being pink, sparkly. It had tassels off the handlebars. And I remember that being my first ever bike. Had stabilizers on it. I think it was from Halfords. And I remember that being, my pride and joy. I loved that bike. It's where I first started riding, to be honest. What was yours?
Mine was pretty much exactly the same. Maybe it was even the same bike. It might have been like a Barbie bike. I remember it had tassels as well.
Yeah.
But I always remember, like, the one memory is like taking the stabilizers off and how scary and traumatic that was as a kid. And I remember you took like one off first and you just learned with one. But how old were you when you started cycling?
I was about, I want to say 4 or 5 when I first got my bike. I have a brother and a sister, Rosie and Sean, and we were quite chaos.
I can imagine that.
Quite loud. The three of us were just, we just had a lot of energy. And I remember my parents being like, right, you're going to get into running, swimming, netball. And also cycling was one of them. So we all got our bikes. I think Rosie had a purple one. Mine was pink. Sean's was blue. But I do remember taking the stabilizers off and it being really scary because you got to deal with the balance, the brakes, the gears.
It's a lot to think about at a young age.
It was a lot, but I just remember loving it. Like, I love just being independent. I love the whole buzz of riding my bike, especially with my brother and sister.
I bet it's quite competitive with your brothers and sisters
very
well.
quickly. Yeah, very quickly. Who can do it first? Who can get the stabilizers off first?
Were there many crashes? Or any injuries?
Yes, very much so.
Many trips to A&E?
Yeah, I do remember you'd always start on the grass. So you start on the grass and then if you fall, that was...
Bit of a softer landing.
Yeah, but also I remember getting cleats at a stage.
Oh, yes.
That was interesting to remember.
As an adult, I think even scarier cleats.
Yeah, to try and stop at a red light or take your foot out it's too much going on.
Yeah, it is. But when you first got on your bike, did you know that, that was kind of a path that you wanted to go down? Or was it kind of like later in life? Because you said you did a few other sports as well.
Yeah, we did all sorts, swimming, running, did a bit of everything because like what I said, we were a bit chaos. So we needed to get our teeth into anything. And cycling for me I did love it. And the way I got into the sport, grew up in Carmarthen, similar to you, basically the same place.
Yeah.
And Towie Riders was the local club. So I remember we lived in an army base right next to the park, and I remember seeing all these yellow jerseys and I was like, what's going on? And my mum and dad looked into it and there was a club called Towie Riders and they were the iconic yellow jerseys where we both began. And that's kind of how I got into cycling a bit more. Went down to the park, which is about 2 minutes away from me.
Yeah, that's really handy actually.
Yeah, and we all started riding around the Carmarthen Velodrome.
Yeah. Do you remember your first session?
I think so. I remember just being like 50 kids.
There
were
was
so
loads,
so many of us. And I just remember you paid £1, I think, to ride.
Great value for money, really.
You paid £1 and you just, I just started riding around this velodrome. They taught us all sorts of skills. But how did you get into Towie Riders?
So my first sport was swimming.
Right.
I did it for years and years, hours and hours in the pool. I essentially got super bored of staring at this black line at the bottom of the pool. And I was like, I just need something new, something to refresh my love for sport. And because I had quite a good base fitness from swimming, I could run. My dad was like, why don't you try a triathlon? And so we bought a secondhand bike. It was like a flat handlebar, hybrid bike. And we were like, right, let's just go straight to Towie Riders. Never really ridden it before. And I went there didn't even know how to change gear. Like I knew nothing about bikes. And then just did you do like the iconic group ride down to Drisling Castle along the valley?
Savage
ride.
Savage.
Great, but savage. I remember I think I got dropped within like 10 minutes, but it was pretty addictive.
Yeah, it is very addictive. Yeah, I do remember those rides just being savage. When it's raining, we'd all get ready and off.
Did you ever do cyclocross?
I did.
I can't imagine you doing cyclocross.
Oh, no, I didn't do it for very long.
No?
It's just the mud and I was just... Like you always just get stuck.
It was like an hour of pure hell. And it was back when you had like the rim brake bikes and the bikes would just get clogged up with mud and you physically like couldn't turn the wheel.
Oh, but especially in Wales, like it used to rain all the time. It used to be muddy and like my dad was there cleaning our bikes.
Really selling Wales here, Emma.
Sorry. It's a great place to
It's
ride.
always sunny.
But yeah, I do remember like we kind of just got stuck into everything. Cyclocross, road was introduced quite a lot. Never dabbled in mountain biking.
No, quite scary that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's another... I haven't got enough skill for mountain bike.
No.
But when did you first kind of... Because I guess when you go to Towie Riders, you're mainly on like a road bike and they do have track bikes there. When did you first have your kind of fixed gear track experience?
I want to say it was at Towie Riders. I think they bought in a lot of track Isla bikes.
Yeah.
We did have some track bikes down there, and I remember they were like, right, we're going to do a session once a week on track bikes, and I was like, sorry, what? And they were
What's
like,
a track bike?
Bike with no brakes, no gears. And we were like, okay, like
let's do it.
Yeah, let's go. And I remember they having to teach us how to stop, because obviously really key point on track bike. And I remember just as a kid I just got stuck in. I was like, right, well, this is it. And Carmarthen's quite a flat 400 meter really nice track, so we didn't really have to worry too much about like how fast we
slipping
went
down the banking.
Exactly. And that was my first experience on a track bike, and I just remember not really having much fear and just going with it. And I was like, this is a cool way of riding your bike without brakes and gears, and I thought it was quite fun.
Do you remember your first time? I'm guessing your first velodrome you went to was Newport.
Yes.
Do you remember your first experience there? Because I remember walking into that velodrome. I looked up, I was petrified. As I looked up, someone slipped down the bank in. I was like, I might just go home now.
No way.
But how scary is it when you first walk into a velodrome?
Yeah, how old are you when you went?
Maybe like 14.
Oh gosh, that is not a good experience.
No, I was like... Oh, it was so scary.
Yeah, I was about 10, so you had to be 10 years old to get accredited to go into, which is quite young.
Yeah, it's really young,
track. And Newport's quite far from Carmarthen, so I remember at this point, Sean, my brother, left cycling. He was football.
Not for me.
It wasn't really for him, but me and Rosie, me and my sister, we were like the duo. We did everything together. And my dad drove us up the M40, I think it was.
M4.
The M4. There you go. Sorry. M4, not M40. M4 drove us up there, hour and a half to Newport. And I was 10. Like, I was so young. And I remember walking in, didn't see anyone fall, luckily.
Yeah.
But it's daunting. It
is
a scare, very different to Carmarthen.
It is, it's so much deeper.
It's like a 42-degree bank, wooden, and it's indoor velodrome.
Did you love it as soon as you kind of got on the track? Or was it a slow burner?
I can't remember exactly how I felt, but I remember like riding really, really fast because I didn't want to fall.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I was just like sprinting my way around the velodrome because, they were like, right, don't go too slow because you could slip. And obviously we had no brakes and gears. So I think I just remember us just pedaling as fast as we can. And there used to be a group every Wednesday. So that started to become routine after school. My dad would drive us up, or my mum, and that would start. I started loving it. I started made new friends. I started loving the speed. And that's kind of like what I got addicted to, really.
So did you know then that was kind of like the path that you wanted to go down, more the track cycling route rather than the kind of road endurance? Because it is like when you're, I guess, youth, so under 16, there isn't really a sprint category or an endurance category. Everybody just kind of does everything. When was the point that you knew that I am a sprinter?
That's a really good question, actually, because there wasn't a distinctive point. So like what you said, we grew up endurance riders, like both of us, on the road in this.
We didn't have a choice, did we?
No, to be honest, we didn't. Like, there was no other avenue, which is really surprising looking back at it, because I didn't realize what track sprinting was. I didn't realize that was an avenue. I didn't even know that was, I guess, a sport in a way, which is looking back is a wild thought because that's what I do now. But yeah, growing up, I wanted to ride all these big races. I wanted to be a road rider basically. And I remember getting on the track and I was introduced to the Madison, which is a whole crazy.
Love a Madison.
Yeah, to be fair, I did love it. The scratch race, the team pursuit, I basically just cracked on doing endurance races. And then I entered nationals, which at that point to me was like the Olympics. I remember going to nationals and I was like, this is it. Like, this is me. Like, this is my like defining point of my career.
Yeah.
I remember everyone used to talk about how, and obviously you're like 14 at the time and you're like, this is the biggest thing. Like you get a jersey. It's pretty cool.
Everybody wants to be a national champion. Yeah. Even now, I think like, as you get older, you still want those stripes. Yeah,
it's like representing your country and being in that jersey is iconic. And I remember being there, I was like this is huge. And I think there was a sprint event, and I want to say there's a 500 meter time trial. And I think I just was like, let's just enter everything. So I did like Madison.
I mean, it's a long way up. You may as well make the most of it.
So I just remember doing everything, which was savage at that time. But I think I won the sprint and then I won the Madison. I won the scratch. I won a bit of like everything, which was really random because at that point you're kind of, if you're a natural sprinter, you kind of go down that avenue already. And I remember Matt Crampton at the time was like, please, can you apply for the sprint program? And I was like, sorry, what is the sprint program? Because at that point in our careers, like you would have gone through the process already, but the next point after Tie Riders is the GB program. Yeah. Like everyone wanted to move to Manchester and be a part of that program. So I was like, okay, I'll apply for sprint. Even though I was on a road team, I was doing...
Were you? You're on a road team?
Yeah, my first road team was like Team on Form.
Yeah.
I don't know if... Yeah.
So Anna Henderson was...
I was on a road team. Yeah, I was with them and I was like, I'm not leaving the road team. So, and they were like, okay, you can try for sprint. And I was like, but I'm still going to do endurance. And they were like, sure. Because it didn't really make sense.
Yeah, it's quite hard to do both, I guess.
Yeah, well, I found out that very quickly.
Found out the hard way.
Started getting in the gym, got a bit of muscle, getting dropped in every road race I did. And I was like, right, well, I'm just going to have to commit to sprinting now. Yeah. And I didn't love it, to be honest.
Did you not?
No, I wasn't a huge fan.
What didn't you love about it?
The gym. Yeah. Savage.
I find this bizarre. So Emma hates the gym, but it is a massive part of her. What is it, like 50%?
Oh, easily, yeah.
So when did you first start adding gym training in?
So as a junior, they start introducing gym. So I was about 16, 17. Okay. And they start introducing it because I guess for sprinting, bigger legs, bigger power. Obviously I was still quite young, so it wasn't like massive weights, but I remember we started squatting and that became how much can you squat? Yeah. And that became like, it became 50% of my training. And that's kind of, I just struggled to not go fast on my bike. Like that's why
you just love being on your bike.
I love being on my bike. So that's why, I just struggled with it. And even now I started to understand like I need it more because I'm going faster on my bike. I need bigger legs. The gym's going to help that. Yeah. But it will never be, my first love. It will never be that.
And I guess like once you got on that sprint program, you left road. Mm-hmm. What was like your first big kind of sprint event that you did once you got on like the British program? Did you go to Europeans? Was it Junior Worlds? What was like the first kind of big one that you had success in?
Yeah, so my first race is like in the GB colours. I remember putting that white jersey, and my first race did that.
How exciting is that though when you get the kit? It's like iconic. Best day ever.
Yeah, it's so good. You get the kit and like I was showing my mum and dad, and it's a really cool moment. It's a really special one actually because you'll never get that first again. Yeah. But the first time was the European Championships. I went to Ghent in I actually don't know when it was, but it was a while ago now. And I competed as a sprinter. So that was my first outing as a sprinter. I competed in the team sprint, Kieran, and 500. Oof. Yeah, quite a big day out. And I actually won the 500 meter time trial.
Good start, really good start.
And I think I was still part of my road team going into that. I was still...
You competed in European Championships when you were still on a road team?
Yeah, I was.
That's bizarre.
I committed to the road team at that point, and then I realised...
You really didn't want to let that road go, did you?
No, I really didn't. And then at that point, I was not performing for them. My results were nowhere, and I was like, guys, I think I'm going to really commit to this sprinting because I was kind of half into it and I felt bad. Like I was like,
It's super hard to, I don't think it is even possible to do both, is it?
Yeah,
Because
it's not.
They're both so different.
Oh, it's not. And yeah, I think I just wanted to hold on to it for a little bit longer, but I realized, yeah, I could be quite good at this sprinting. Like the European title kind of gave me that confidence maybe I needed, and that boost I needed to be like, right, you're
I'm actually quite good at this.
Yeah, I can do this. And I left my row team and they were amazing, to be fair. And I pursued my, that's where the start of the sprint career. But I feel like I haven't asked you about your journey or spoken to you about you.
Well, I feel like because we both came from Tower Rider Cycling Club, I feel like they're actually quite similar. So started at Tower Riders, then kind of somehow worked my way onto the Welsh program. But I think that's because I had such a good kind of foundation with Tower Riders. Like they teach you so much there that it's quite an easy transition to make. And then I wasn't actually on ODP the first year, the Olympic Development Program. I got it on the second year. And then I went to my first European Championships and I won 2 gold medals in the points race and the team pursuit, which again, at that point for me was like a massive shock. Like you can just go, you're like still in school, you're not expecting to do it.
Wow.
And I guess like, as you said, like it does give you that massive like confidence boost, be like, wow, I'm the best in Europe. I'm actually quite good at this.
And then at that point, did you get on to the like move to Manchester?
Yeah. So that was my last year junior. And then the next year the women's academy was actually based in Newport for a year. It was carnage.
Oh.
It was carnage, but after that year, we then moved to Manchester and we were all kind of part of the proper like British cycling setup. And I loved it. It was like, I feel like academy you're just with like a load of like similar age people. You're like all young. Like having fun. You're all, it's kind of like uni, but for bikes.
Yeah, because you move away from home. You like have no responsibilities.
Yeah. How was your experience moving away from home?
I think I remember my parents were so similar. As soon as I turned 18, because I had to wait till I was 18, I was gone.
Really? I couldn't wait to get out.
Oh yeah, I was ready.
Really?
I think I was just quite an independent child growing up, and I knew, like in my head, I was like, I'm going to Manchester. Yeah. And I think I just remember being like, a couple of days after I was 18.
You already had your bags packed. Your 18th birthday.
I was gone up the road. It's quite a hefty drive though.
It is a long drive. When you go back, going off topic here, do you drive through Wales or do you go down the I don't know what that motorway is called. You do like a triangle, don't you, instead of going through? Yeah. So I go through Wales. Yeah. That's quite a nice drive though.
It's quite a savage drive though.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
But it's just shorter.
Yeah,
so
it is, yeah.
I'm not going.
Yeah. Do you get to go back home often or?
Last year, I probably went home like 3 times.
Really?
Yeah. But this year, like, it's one thing. I don't regret being on the program, but it's one thing I'm pushing for a lot more this year. Like I want to go home. Like my family are so important to me. Yeah. And it's something I don't say regret because like choices I've had to make to be where I am now. But going home. It's
just good for the soul, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like having like a roast dinner cooked for you because I never who's making roast dinner for one person?
That was what I remember when I lived in Manchester. I used to go home, it was like my mum's cooking and food, and it's just so like comforting, isn't it? And I remember I used to like love being in Manchester, but then when I go back and I like have all my home comforts, I really hate leaving.
How was your experience leaving for the first time?
So I feel like because I went to Newport for that first year, it wasn't actually that far from home, so it was okay. Yeah. But I remember I think I moved when I was 17 and I don't think I'd passed my driving test then. So getting around was a little bit tricky. I remember having to like carry my shopping bag from Asda and walk back. But yeah, I think it was just like when you did want to go home, it's like quite a long way.
Yeah, you have to kind of plan that in, and that's something I think I struggled with in terms of like training and having that. Like I don't do much road anymore, if any, to be honest. So having that, I had to plan when to go to the track, and even the track at home in Newport was an hour and a half away. Yeah. So it's just for me, I was kind of not necessarily stuck, but it's so, in Manchester, I have the gym, I have the track, I have my coaches, everything's just there's like a hub of British cycling. Yeah. So for me, going home was a bit of a chore, but it's something I want to do more. And I will do more.
We are delighted to be working with Rouvy on Watts Occurring Femmes, and we have a great offer for you. You can use promo code FEMMES, FEMMES, for an additional 30 days on top of the 7-day free trial.
This is applicable to new subscribers only.
Rouvy's on a mission to bring the indoors to the outdoors, connecting you with real routes from around the world to your home. And in the summer, you can utilise Rouvy to do specific training sessions or to hide from the heatwave.
Rouvy's new creator tool also allows riders to upload their favourite loops onto Rouvy. Everyone can easily convert their own video into a virtual route to ride at home. We've got some big plans with Rouvy over the next few months, so watch this space.
And remember to use the code FEMMES, FEMMES, for an extra month on us when you subscribe for the first time. Okay, let's move on now to... So you became world champion before the Olympics, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes. So let's talk about that World Championships. Going into that, did you know you had quite a high chance of coming away with stripes?
No.
No.
Everyone says to me, they're like, oh, you must have known. So prior to that, so my first big, like, I guess, games was the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah.
So that was my...
And that was in Birmingham?
Yeah, Birmingham. So that was my first international stage. Like, I was 19 at the time. So that was my first, I guess, moment in track cycling where I was in the elite level. I was racing against girls who were very, very established on the track, like Kelsey Mitchell won the Olympics. There were so many people there, and I was like, wow, like this is
And what
huge.
year was this?
2022. 22, yes.
2, yeah, okay.
And then I won the World Championships in 2023.
Okay.
So Birmingham for me was huge. I won 2 bronze medals, which was surreal at the moment. I remember, representing Wales.
I have to feel like representing Wales hits different.
Oh, yeah. Like the red jersey, the dragon, you're not with British cycling, you're not with England, you're your own little country. And it was something I remember being so iconic and so special. And because I remember watching Gold Coast. Were you?
Yeah, I went
to
Gold Coast. Yeah, I got to go to Australia. You got to go to Birmingham.
I got to go to.
You timed that one badly.
And the next one's still in the UK.
Yeah, it was at Glasgow. Yeah. But this will still be good.
Yeah,
this will be nice.
I remember watching that, and I was like, oh, I wish I was a bit older for that. But so that was my first games experience, and then bringing on to, I won my first World Cup is now called Nations Cup. They like to change it about. But
I like to confuse everybody.
World Cup medal was in Cairo. I remember I won it, and that was going into the year of when I won Worlds, so 2023. So I'd say, some would say, yes, that's a confidence boost. But then I remember going to under 23 Euros as like a practice run. And I don't know if you know about this.
I don't. I'm intrigued.
But I qualified. So in the sprint, you have the flying 200 meter qualifying to set you up for the racing. And I qualified about 6/10 faster than anyone else. I went a 10.4, which was really big. And the next person to me was 11.0. I then lost 2-0 going into the final. So I actually finished second. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like sprinting, I feel like we need to do a whole episode on how sprinting works because I still don't understand it. But you lost 2-0, and that's in like a match sprint where there's like 2 of you against each other. Who did you lose to?
So I lost to this girl called Alessia Propster, who I've raced with quite a lot as a junior. And she beat me 2-0 very easily. And then that was my, I guess, last race before the World Championship. So my confidence was...
But you still finished second. Come on, it's not bad.
Yeah. It's really it's not awful, but when you qualify 6/10, you're expected, which is where I went wrong. Like you shouldn't have that expectation.
So do you reckon that kind of came down to like the tactics?
Oh yeah, massively.
Not necessarily the legs.
Well, I'm just going to say it was the tactics, but I don't really know what happened. So going into the World Championships, my confidence was not very high.
So was this your first World Championships?
This is my... No, I actually competed in Paris in 2022.
Okay.
Only in the team sprint.
Okay.
So this was my first World Championships competed in a sprint.
In an individual event.
My first one. So again, like I'd never experienced that. So I wasn't going to have massive expectation because my first sprint event at World Championships, I'd literally just come off Euros and didn't go.
So it wasn't like you were going in with a load of pressure on you.
No, which is a lot of people say they don't really understand because we did a hit out in Manchester and I went 10.30 and a roll through, which is not the full effort. I kind of roll the last bit, which is really, really fast. And again, I was just like, whatever, like classic me. I'm a bit like, when it comes to racing or like things like that, I'm just a bit, I just do. I don't really think.
Yeah.
So going into that World Championships, I was just there just to experience it, I guess. And then we came second in the team sprint, which was really, really good for us. Very close to the Germans. I actually crashed in the Kieran.
Did you?
Yeah, crashed in the Kieran.
Badly?
I had a bit of like whiplash.
Oh.
So to, I guess, sort out, I went swimming. So my world championship was a bit
You
carnage,
went swimming
actually.
in the World Championships?
Yeah. No, genuine. Yeah.
Really?
So I had a bit of whiplash in my neck, and my physio, Katie Flatters, was like, right, let's do some backstroke. And I was like, so what? So I was in a swimming costume.
No
I think
way.
at Carly, I was wearing her goggles, and I was just doing backstroke.
I'm guessing it helped though.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the secret to winning World Championships.
Yeah, guys, you do a bit backstroke. And
go for a little swim.
Honestly, it's so funny. And then, so the World Championships was over 7 days, which is...
That's intense.
Yeah, it was a lot. So I was there doing my backstroke lengths in between racing, and then it became to the sprint. And I knew I was going well, but obviously I'd just crashed, and I was like, no idea where I was at. And then I did the flying 200 and went 10.2, which was a sea level world record. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh.
Like, yeah, I was like, okay.
Let's go.
And I qualified first, and I was like, oh, like that's pretty, especially so in sprint when you qualify first, it's quite like a statement. Like, you got good legs. Like,
everyone's looking at you like,
it's quite,
she's going well.
It's quite a big, it gives you a lot of confidence. At the same time, you've got to use that confidence and be able to, and for me, I was 20 at the time, so I was like, oh wow, like, right, okay, we're in this, like, we're going for it. And Sophie Kate, my teammate, qualified second, so it's pretty big.
Oh, that's quite nice.
Yeah, it was pretty big for GB. And I went through the rounds, so sprint's over 3 days, which is long. And I went through the rounds, I was racing really well. And then I made it to the semi-finals, and I was like, wow, like top 4. Yeah. Like, this is amazing for me. And I remember my coach, Carly, come over to me. She was like, how you feeling? And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty nervous. And she was like, right, one race at a time, which I thought really helped me, like one race at a time. And then I made it to the finals, and not gonna lie to you guys, I was gassed with second.
Yeah,
I was like,
I'll
sweet.
take that.
I was like, I've come second. Like, that's me. Like, and I remember Carly being like, right. She didn't say we're going to win this because we didn't think about outcomes, but I knew what she was trying to say. And I was like, oh gosh, I'm quite happy with second. But okay,
we're going for it.
We're going for the win.
Yeah.
And I remember I was 1 up, and then I had one more ride to hopefully try and win it. And I just went to the toilet and cried, like my eyes up. Yeah. Because I didn't know what to do.
It's just like so much pressure.
Yeah. And it was at home, and we were in Glasgow, and it was my first ever time even making like a world champs final. And I just started crying my eyes out, and I was like, I can't do it.
Did you talk was it like a secret cry?
Yeah, it was a secret cry.
You didn't tell anybody?
Well, Carly was like, I was like, I feel a bit emotional. She's like, right, go to the toilet and cry. And I was like, okay,
just go have sometimes you just need to have a little cry.
So
don't you?
I was just there after 7 days of racing, just crying my eyes out, and I had like 8 minutes or something stupid, and I was like, right, headphones back on, listening, don't know what I was listening to at that point, get back on the track, and I won it. And it was, I'd say, close to Paris and Gold. It was, one of the best moments on a bike.
Really?
Yeah, like winning your first.
Yeah, that is pretty special.
Yeah, it was.
But that must have put you in such a good place going into the Olympics. But maybe even, is it like everybody then expects it, don't they?
Yeah.
Like, you're going into the Olympics as a world champion. Surely you have to win it.
After winning Worlds, it was actually, I didn't want to ride a bike again.
Really?
Like I didn't want to do sprint again. Because I didn't think I deserved to win Worlds. I felt
Emma.
No, I'm being genuine. I remember me and Scott. So at that point, Carly left, my old coach, and then Scott came into the role. And I was like, so when you win Worlds in track sprinting or track cycling, you get to wear the iconic Worlds jersey. There she is. And I felt like I didn't deserve it. I felt like I didn't know how to race in it, because then you race in it and you have that expectation, you have that pressure. And I just didn't want to do it. I was like, I can't do it. So it actually was not great. I had to like relearn everything.
They do talk about like the kind of the curse of the rainbow jersey, don't they?
Yeah, it's
but I feel like that's not the case in your case.
It's not necessarily a curse. It was just, I just had to relearn my whole approach to sprinting.
Because I know everybody is like staring at you. Yeah. You are like the main target on that track.
And I couldn't cope with it. I was like, no, like, because I'm not a main character.
I don't want it.
Yeah, I'm not a main character. Like, I'll just hide in the back. Like, I'll just be... And at that point in my career, like, that's when I became more well-known. Like, I went into the World Championships. Not many people knew who I were. After that, it was...
I felt like that was your breakthrough into sprint.
I wasn't ready for it
at
all. And I had to relearn the whole sport year into the games.
But I guess you didn't have to wear it in the Olympics, did you?
No.
So was that a bit of a...
Yeah, that was quite nice.
Yeah.
That was quite nice. Just going back into my comfort blanket.
And I guess then like going into the Olympics, like what were your expectations going in?
I hate that question.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. You know when people ask you, are you going to like win 3 goals or like...
Because obviously it's like your first games, like that, even just going is like the biggest thing in the world, isn't it?
Yeah, to be an Olympian's huge, like for me.
Some people are just like happy going to Olympics, no results, just want to be there.
Yeah, but for me, as I guess being a favourite, like I heard so many podcasts and so many people were saying like...
Is it weird listening to people talk about you?
Yeah, I try to like, not block it out, but like you want to use it as confidence because they're saying like really good things, but also like, what if I don't? Or like people are saying she's going to win 3 gold medals, like she's favourite, she's going to do it easy. And I'm like, whoa, like this is my first Olympics. And yeah, I kind of wish, I wish sometimes I just went into it as like just a random person.
Just an underdog.
Yeah, just someone there. But also like using that confidence from Worlds, and like I refound my love for the sport again, and I refound how to deal with the pressure.
How do you deal with the pressure? Because I feel like in sprint as well, it's such an intense kind of
it's quite different
sport.
Is it quite different to endurance?
Maybe on the track it's quite similar, because you are kind of in this velodrome all day doing your warm-up hours before, and then you're sat there just watching everybody else race, and the pressure does just build up. And I used to get like so nervous before a race. And I feel like it's almost like easier when you're doing team pursuit, because you know exactly what lap splits you need to do, what power you need to do. Like it's a very controllable event. Whereas in the sprint, you kind of have to like really switch on, be really aggressive. I don't know, how do you get in that like mindset and like...
Yeah, it's been quite challenging for me because I'm not an aggressive person. Like I'm quite just a chill, I'm not, I find it really hard to get that out of me.
Yeah,
like
it's like a skill, isn't it?
Yeah.
To be like, you do have to be quite nasty, don't you? Like,
yeah, it's quite like an aggressive sport, and like it's, you can't hide, you're really exposed, you have about 30 seconds to make decisions. You don't have, I guess, hours in a road race. But also again, I would not like to be at the end of a Tour de France sprint finish.
Oh god, no, they look messy.
No, it's a no from me. At least I've only got one other rider on the track, but Tour de France finish is hectic. But yeah, I got to, like what I said, I have to really find that aggressive side. So ironically, I do listen to quite calming music because I get too aggressive. You've got to find that scale. So like Lewis Capaldi or
I was exactly
Post
the
Malone.
same. I used to listen to like really like aggressive, get me pumped, in the mood sort of music. And then I started to get like super nervous. I worked myself up so much. And I went to see the sports psychiatrist, and she was like, right, let's change this. Let's do some breath work, listen to some calm music. And I think it does help.
Oh, massively. And so my team is very different. Like they'll listen to like really aggressive songs and things like that. But for me, I find it hypes me up too much, like similarly to you. And I'll get nervous and things. And also at the wrong point in the day when I've got 2 hours to go and I'm there sweating, my heart rate's like 200. I'm like, I've got
this right now.
I've got 2 hours till I race. Like our race warm-ups are so long as a sprinter.
Yeah, I swear you get there like 5 hours before. And like do your little thing on the rollers, and you go on the track, then you change your gears.
We're there for so long because I guess it's just that like getting warm and being ready, and but also the mental side of it, like
it's mentally draining.
Yeah, that needs to be ready. So for me, I do listen to calmer music, but then when my headphones come off and my helmet comes on, I am literally out to like go to war, basically. Literally.
Well, you need to say what you said earlier.
Well, I'm gonna try and kill them.
You're like, I'm gonna rip their legs off, gonna kill them.
Yeah, it's quite aggressive, but you honestly have to. I'm there for 30 seconds and I'm trying to like beat this person. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So it is a funny perspective and a funny thought, but you really have to try and get to that mindset if you want to win. Like, if you want to be successful, if you want to beat them on the track, because I'm going from 0 to 100 in about not very long time. So I'm just trying to do everything I can, and it's all about the mindset at that point. The legs are ready. It's all about how you approach it. And I'm on the start line thinking all sorts of things, and never say it out loud. Imagine if I said it.
I know.
I'm trying to kill you.
I mean, it might help. Might make them feel a bit more vulnerable.
But it's a very interesting sport, and I think a lot of people don't realise like they see it from the outside, they're like, oh cool, like she won easily. No, there's so much more to it.
Yeah, there is a lot. We're going back to Paris now. You had such a successful games, but the team sprint, that was the first event that you did and you won.
Yeah.
And I feel like in the past, like GB haven't been the most successful in women's team sprint, but this was like, you went in with a bang.
Yeah, we did actually. Yeah, so I think we hadn't had a team sprint at Olympics since 2012, I want to say. So yeah, we haven't had that team. Yeah. Especially as women.
And this was the first year with 3, wasn't it?
Yeah.
First Olympics. Yeah.
First Olympics was 3. We hadn't had a team for a long time. It'd just been Katie Marchant and Becky James and Victoria Pendleton. They've been the 3 iconic, very successful sprinters. And then, we came into the team sprint with, we won it.
Yeah. And was it expected? Do you know you were going well?
So our rivals, I guess, the queens of team sprint, have been Germany. They've been multiple time world champion. They've been so consistent. European champions, won pretty much everything leading up to the games. Every event, we hadn't won anything. We'd won. So the last Nations Cup before the Olympics in Hong Kong, we won. And that was the first time we beat them. That's the last event before the games. We were like, okay,
this is good.
Yeah. And it'd been like 11 years or something.
Really? That long? Wow.
I remember, I think we won Adelaide, and it'd been RPA. Reese was like seeing how long it'd been. He had like 11 years, 50 days or something. It was crazy. Mental. And then we broke that. And then we won Hong Kong, and that was the last, like, that was like the mic drop, because we were like, okay, the next race was the Olympics. Yeah. So it's a pretty big confidence boost winning that. And we were like, but the Olympics is different. Like everyone comes out.
The best kit, different kit.
You see all sorts of things at the games and
that you've never seen before.
It's kind of wild. Like everyone just, even our kit was interesting. How many thoughts on it? It was, I don't know, it just wasn't GB, but it was.
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
It was just darker. I actually, to be fair, it did grow on me, but initially I was like, oh, like this is different.
This is different, yeah.
But you kind of want it to be like that, because the Olympics is the pinnacle of track cycling. Exactly, it's not your traditional just day to day. Like, so the Germans were someone we wanted to beat. The Chinese always step up at the Olympics, so we always don't know what they're going to do. And there were a few teams there that we just didn't know, I guess, how you'd go. Our last race, I think, was March. Yeah. So you have March until August, September. Yeah. So
a lot can happen.
A lot can happen. People training, people getting injured, it's a big build up. So I remember we qualified first, broke the world record. And we were like, okay. Nice. And we hadn't done a proper team sprint for a while on all the kit. So like at that point, you have no idea what you're going to do. You're like, okay.
So it's kind of a surprise to you when you kind of crossed that line and saw that world record.
We knew we were going well, but you can only control, like what you said with the team suit, you can only control what you do. Yeah. You know what splits you're doing, but you don't know what everyone else is doing. Yeah. So we broke the world record and we were like, damn, right, okay, we're cooking. Like, this is good. And then you've got quite a while until the first round. So you got to like cool down and then re-warm up and re-get in the game. And the first round is really important. That's what qualifies you for gold, silver or bronze. And the team before, so Germany went up, broke our world record. And we were like, right, okay, cool. New Zealand went up, broke the world record again. And we were just sitting there.
Was it just like super fast in there? Was it a super fast track, or was it
is a really, everyone just stepped up.
Yeah, everybody stepped up, different kit.
Yeah, it was just and New Zealand were a big surprise for, I think, everyone. Like they stepped up massively. So bearing in mind, so we went up, 2 world records had gone. We knew we had to go faster than we've ever been before, which was quite scary at that point. At that moment, we weren't in the gold medal because currently it was Germany and New Zealand. And I remember just being like, just pedaling my heart out. And I think we made the goal final by like 0.002.
Really?
Oh, it was like, we nearly didn't make it. Like it was so close. I remember crossing the line, I was like, have we done it? And then we broke the world record, but like by the tiniest of margins. And then we had about 45 minutes, which is quite a quick turnaround. And then we were like, finals. And I just remember it being so like streamlined. I didn't really speak to my teammates, didn't really speak to my coach. We knew exactly what we were doing. Yeah, and we were like, right, you ready? And Scott was like, you ready? And we were like, yep, let's go. And we just did it. We just executed like the best race in our life. And it was...
That must have been some feeling like crossing that finish line.
Yeah, it was surreal. Winning. Like, I wish I could bottle it up.
You kind of like, you think about it, you sort of dream about it, but then when it actually happens, it's like...
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a crazy, it's just strange. Like I've dreamt of it since I was 10.
Yeah.
And like to be an Olympian for me was huge, but then to win a gold medal, it's something like I'll never understand or get over. And then my family were all there in their t-shirts, my face.
Oh,
so like,
I love that.
I went to them and they were crying, and it's just such a, even think about it now, it just makes me so happy because sometimes I watch it back and I'm like, how did that happen? And it's nearly been a year.
Yeah.
Like soon it's nearly been a year since that moment, and it's one I'll never forget. Like it's something I wish everyone could experience because it's just special.
Yeah,
like,
I can imagine. Yeah. And then you did all 3 sprint events at the Olympics, and you went on to, so they were then the individual events. Yeah. And you came away with
2 bronze medals.
That must have been like a medal in every single event that you go to in the Olympics. That's
were
you expecting that?
After the gold, I think.
I mean, I'd taken that and be like, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm happy with that.
I wish. Like Beth Shriver, so she competed in BMX and she did really well, and she won Tokyo, and then she was riding really well in Paris, and it was just unfortunate in the final, like didn't quite have the best skate, but she did amazing. She was like, how do you carry on for 3 events?
It's like you win this Olympic medal and you're like, right, let's go celebrate. Like we've worked all year for this, well, for the past like X amount of years, but you can't.
No, it was a
or did you?
It's such a strange feeling, and I wish, like looking back to now, I wish we celebrated it more.
Really?
I wish we
I feel like that is always the case when you win something on the track.
I wish we used the momentum more instead of we shut it away a lot. Because, and it's something we'll learn for LA, it's something we'll grow on, but we were like, right, cool, we've won this, and then we were like, right, next. And in my head I'm like, we won the Olympics, like let's use that. We have good legs, we've got, instead of being like, right, done, next. And it's something I don't regret because we'll learn from it, but I wish we were like used it for the next couple of days. And I think instead of like, I think Scott, our coach, thought it'd be a distraction. And I do kind of see the both sides.
Do the coaches say like don't, like do they say like don't?
Scott was like to the other coaches like, don't be like, oh well done champs and stuff. And I was
like, really?
Yeah, apparently he doesn't.
No way. I think that's like that. I think that's something that, from my experience of being British cycling, that's something that they've always done as well. Like we were never really allowed to celebrate our successes on the track.
No,
but I feel like it should be, because they come and go so quickly, and you don't get to win very often.
No,
like, it's not like you're racing every weekend, is it?
No. I raced once in Blue Moon, so for that, when that happened, I was a bit disheartened. But at that point, you can't do anything about it. I was moving on to the Kieran, and that was my next event, and I won a bronze medal. I remember being like I love a Kieran. It's such an exciting event. It's such, you don't know what's going to happen. It's very like, not the slowest rider, but like anyone can win.
Literally,
anyone can win a Kieran. Like,
and they're so messy. Absolute carnage when you watch them.
Elbows are out, people getting aggressive. Like you can hide in amongst people and then win, and it's the best event.
There's so many different ways that you can win a Kieran.
I love a Kieran. Yeah, it's I'd say it's like our version of like a Madison, just chaos.
It is just pure chaos.
And I remember lining up for the final with my best mate Katie. Like we both made
that must be hard. That must be hard. Or do you just like forget about everything once you get on that track? You're like, you're not my friend anymore.
Yeah, we are so good at breaking, I guess, track performance to separating teammates to being really good friends. And I was gassed that we both made finals. I was like, I've made the Olympic final. And for me, just being there, I was like, this is like, I've raced really well. Like I'm gassed to be in the final. And then I remember that final, I was stuck on the outside for 2 laps, and I got bronze and Katie actually got 4th.
Oh no.
I know. But I remember just racing that race, and I was just like paddling my heart out, and in my head I thought I could win it, but I just really couldn't. But to come with bronze medal after that I was really happy, because Kieran for me was a bit of an unknown. Hadn't really performed in it, hadn't really done a lot in it, so to come with bronze medal for me I was really happy with that.
So gold and 2 bronze in Paris. Rumour on the street, 3 golds in LA. Can we talk about this, please?
Can we not? Can we not talk about
Where has this all started?
Oh, I feel like everyone talks about, so as an athlete, people say, oh, you're going to win, like you should win, like the next goals, and we all want to win. I go into a race, I want to win that race. That's just that's just why I compete. That's why I'm an elite athlete. I want to win. So when people are saying, I remember for the Olympics and even for the next, they're like, are you going to win 3 gold medals? I'm like, guys, I want to, yeah, but it's as if it's easy.
Yeah, when like people say this in like interviews and whatever, they say, oh, you're gonna win 3 golds, and it's like, well, yeah, of course I want to, but it's not that easy. Like,
it's not.
So many different things can happen between now and the Olympics, and even when you get to the Olympics, like so much can happen in a race.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said about Kieran, like anyone, it's carnage.
Yeah,
and I could get knocked off and things like that. And obviously, I'm going to try my best to win it. But it's just a statement for me. It makes me laugh because that's what I'm trying to do. I do want to win.
That being said, I did, generally will be going for the 3 goals.
Yeah, I'm not going to shy away from that. But it's just funny how like that's the go-to of like, so you're going to win 3? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to try.
Yeah.
But, it is quite funny, and yeah, it just happens all the time. I'm just running with it now. But,
but going into LA, like you have so much more experience and knowledge going into the next games. Obviously, it's still quite a while away, and we're really looking forward to following your journey to there. But I guess like what things are you going to do differently going into the next this next cycle and into the games?
Yeah, so I've never actually done a 4-year cycle, like a true 4-year cycle of like, I guess knowing the Olympics is my next goal. So 4 years is a long time, like a long time, and it's all about protecting you, I guess. And for this year, especially the post games, I've really worked on me a lot. Like, yes, cycling's important, and yes, I have smaller goals of the World Championships, the European Championships, which happen every year. But I also want to work on like myself off the bike, maybe get into coaching, maybe explore the sport.
Maybe doing a podcast.
Yeah, maybe doing a podcast.
Well, here we are.
Just doing more for me.
Yeah.
And finding what I love, because that's how you're going to have longevity in the sport.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
how, like my coach jokes around with me being here for 10 years. And I'm like, I'd love to, but you need to let me explore me more. You need to let me be a person. You need to let me go home.
I think that is so important, and probably something I didn't do very well when I was cycling is having something else. Like I left school when I was my second year A levels because I was like, I'm just going to go full gas into cycling. I'm not going to have anything else on the side. And that's probably one of the things I definitely would do differently, because cycling is amazing. And when I did it, I thought that was my entire world. There was nothing outside of this little bubble, like nothing else existed. But yeah, I think it's so important that you have other things. Otherwise it's just so draining, isn't it?
Yeah, balance is key. And that's how you become more successful on the bike, because you have that perspective of, yes, I want to be the best cyclist in the world and win all these things, but I have perspective of like, I have friends and family that love me no matter what I do. I have other things going on in my life. I have just having that balance makes you a better person, and it allows you to be this character on the bike because you love life. Yeah. And I think it's not spoken about, but I think it's spoken about a lot more, which is, I think it's really good for the sport. Balance is key, and having that perspective is really key because it allows you to go down these different avenues. And like when I leave the sport, I need to be able to know what I'd like to do after and explore that.
Like cycling isn't going to last forever. Like your time in elite sport isn't going to last forever.
No, it's not. And like you exiting the sport, like how was that for you? And I think it's such an inspiration for me because I want to, when I do exit the sport, like it is scary, and no one talks about it, but like you've really found your feet, and I think that's such an amazing for the sport and for you, because not many people speak about it.
A reminder that today's show is hosted by Pinarello, and we're lucky enough to be in the Wilmslow store today. And me and Emma actually both love riding at F-Series bikes, don't we, Emma?
We do.
We went on a ride recently together, didn't we?
The cafe ride was really, really fun. And I've actually ridden a lot more on the road since having my new bike. It makes such a difference.
Do you love it?
Yeah, I absolutely love it. The white on the road against the kit is amazing. It's such a dream to ride.
This is your start of you becoming a road rider in the future.
No, guys, don't worry about that. But it does make a huge difference having a nice bike and being able to go out. I think, it definitely makes it more enjoyable. It definitely makes you want to go out because you have this such a nice bike underneath you. And I do really enjoy it.
Don't just take our word for it. Head to your local Pinarello retailer and check out the whole range for yourself.
Search Pinarello store locator to find your nearest store.
Well, Emma, it's been so nice to hear about kind of your perspective on your journey. And we really look forward to kind of catching up with you in some of the episodes we do. I know you're away training loads here, there and everywhere in racing. So it's going to be, super exciting for all of us to follow your journey.
I'll keep you updated.
Cool. Until the next episode.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.